The Voice fans furious over rigged season as Gina Miles wins on divisive finale that ended Blake Shelton's 12-year run. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Blake Shelton has finished his last season of The Voice and fans are furious over the outcome. The Voice's 23rd season is over and Gina Miles won the competition by the skin of their teeth. There were 4 finalists for season 23, Gina Miles from Team Niall, Grace West from Team Blake, Noyes who was also from Team Blake, Sorrell from Team Chance, and Dee Smooth from Team Kelly. They all held hands and had hopeful looks in their eyes before Carson Daly, 49, announced the runners-up and the winner. Gina is one of the many contestants who was featured in The Voice's 23rd season. Originally from Paxton, Illinois, she relocated to Sacramento shortly before auditioning for the program. Get to know The Voice finalist Noyes. Regarding her inspiration to try out for The Voice, she often credits her father's DJing career as her primary influence. During the blind audition rounds of the show, Gina impressed judges Kelly Clarkson and Niall Horan with her rendition of Katy Perry's The One That Got Away. Ultimately, she chose to compete as a member of Niall's team. Throughout the season, she continued to win over the judges and audience. Brad Pitt's real reason for ending Angelina Jolie divorce battle. It was a big step for me, moving from a small town to California, and I really wanted to take music in a more serious way, Gina told KCRA. My dad always talks about if you can make a career out of something that you love, then you win in life. I really took that to heart with music. Fans going wild. Fans of the competition show went wild on Twitter and Reddit after Gina was announced as the season 23 winner. Many thought the vote was inaccurate and Blake's contestant Grace should have won. One said, "The only reason Gina won The Voice was that people like Niall and obviously voted for her because they like him. This show is so rigged. So sad Blake didn't win in his last season. Grace or Noyes deserved it way more." Another wrote, "Well, my top 2 finished top 2. I think it should have been flipped though, had it been based on The Voice." Figure with it being Blake's final season, they would have just given him the win, added a third. A very upset fan said, "Well, that just confirmed that The Voice is most definitely rigged. Ain't no way Gina won over Dee Smooth or Sorrell, not to mention Noyes in 5th. Literally the most boring 2 were 1st and 2nd. Boo. It was rigged." Prior to the finale, fans were convinced that longtime coach Blake Shelton will fraudulently win this season. Blake has been a coach on The Voice for 12 years, and back in October, he confirmed that season 23 will be his last. After appearing in every season of the show, Blake's stepping down so the iconic Reba McEntire, 68, can take his place. Reba will join Chance the Rapper, 30, former One Direction member Niall Horan, 29, and Gwen Stefani, 53. Carson will continue in his role as host, which he has held for all 23 seasons. In the time Blake has been on the competition television show, he has won The Voice 9 times. Since it is the country singer's last season, fans believe the show's finale will be rigged to give Blake his 10th and final win. Fans of the show and critics of Blake again took to Twitter to express their frustration with the show and their thoughts on the upcoming finale. One wrote, "My conspiracy theory mind thinks this season is rigged for Blake, but Gina Miles is excellent and deserves to win. She's got my vote." Another tweeted, "If Blake's team wins tonight, it's rigged because the amount of people voting for Gina is insane. The Voice is clearly rigged for Blake to win his last season," added a third. A fourth fan said, "If Blake wins The Voice this season, then the show is absolutely rigged." The latest season of The Voice has sparked widespread controversy and heated debates among fans following a finale that saw Gina Miles take home the victory. The season, which marked a pivotal moment in the history of the show, ended with Blake Shelton's departure after an impressive 12-year run as one of the program's most beloved and consistent coaches. Yet, for many viewers, the drama surrounding the crowning of Gina Miles as the winner has overshadowed the significance of Shelton's highly anticipated, with fans eagerly awaiting the grand finale to witness the culmination of months of competition. However, what was meant to be a moment of celebration turned into a social media firestorm, with thousands of fans expressing their outrage over what they perceived as an unfair and rigged outcome. The controversy surrounding the result has led many to question the integrity of the voting process and the fairness of the show itself. From the outset, this season of The Voice seemed to be shaping up to be one of the most competitive in recent years. With a diverse group of talented contestants from all walks of life, the stakes were higher than ever. However, as the finale approached, a growing sense of unease began to spread among viewers. Many fans took to social media to voice their concerns that the finale was already decided long before the votes were counted. The uproar was fueled by a series of factors, including the presence of an overwhelming number of fan favorites, the seemingly unusual trajectory of Gina Miles' rise to the top, and the increasing suspicion that the outcome had been influenced by external forces. While Miles had certainly demonstrated vocal talent throughout the season, many believed that other contestants, such as the more seasoned and widely admired singers, deserved the victory more. Blake Shelton's departure also played a crucial role in the backlash. As one of the original coaches of The Voice, Shelton had become a fan favorite due to his charisma, wit, and the undeniable connection he formed with his contestants over the years. His exit marked the end of an era, and the finale seemed to carry extra weight as a result. For many viewers, the culmination of Shelton's career with the show was marred by what they saw as an unsatisfactory and controversial result. The decision to crown Gina Miles as the winner left many feeling as though the show had manipulated the voting process for reasons that were not entirely clear. Fans expressed their frustration over what they saw as a predictable and less than inspiring finale, with some even accusing the producers of stacking the odds in favor of Miles. Such accusations of bias were not new to The Voice, but this season seemed to ignite a firestorm of criticism unlike any in the show's history. Critics pointed to several factors that contributed to the growing sense of mistrust surrounding the outcome. For one, many fans noted the peculiar shift in the voting trends as the season progressed. Contestants who had once been frontrunners found themselves eliminated in shocking eliminations, while others, like Miles, seemed to experience an unusual surge in popularity as the competition drew closer to its end. This led to suspicions that the public votes were being manipulated in some way to create the desired narrative for the finale. Moreover, there were growing concerns about the role of fan voting in the show's overall structure. While The Voice is known for its interactive fan voting system, some believed that the sheer power of social media and online campaigning was skewing the results in ways that were not reflective of the actual talent on display. In particular, the rise of certain contestants who had a strong online following raised questions about the fairness of the competition, with critics claiming that the system favored those with the largest fan bases rather than the most talented singers. The show's producers and judges, including Shelton, attempted to defend the integrity of the voting system, insisting that the results were determined by the votes of viewers at home. However, these assurances did little to quell the growing sense of dissatisfaction among fans, many of whom felt that their voices had not been heard in a meaningful way. This perception of a rigged finale only intensified as the final results were revealed, with some fans refusing to accept the outcome and calling for a full investigation into the voting Shelton process. Also added fuel to the fire. As one of the most established and respected coaches on the show, Shelton had become a fixture in the lives of many The Voice fans. His natural chemistry with his contestants and his ability to mentor them through the toughest challenges had earned him a devoted following. For many, his exit marked the end of an era, and they hoped to see his final season culminate in a memorable and fair conclusion. However, Shelton's final season ended on a controversial note, with the victory of Gina Miles overshadowing what was supposed to be a celebratory moment. Fans of Shelton and the other coaches expressed their disappointment over what they saw as an anticlimactic and disappointing finale. The backlash was not just about the outcome itself, but about what many saw as a pattern of unfairness that had marred the entire season. The criticism of the season's finale also sparked a broader conversation about the nature of reality television and the ways in which producers and networks can influence the outcomes of competitions. While The Voice has always prided itself on its focus on the talent of its contestants, the recent controversies have raised questions about the authenticity of reality TV shows in general. Fans are now asking whether these shows are truly reflective of the viewers' tastes and preferences or whether they are shaped by factors outside of the contestants' control. In the wake of the finale, there has been a growing call for transparency in the voting process. Fans are demanding that The Voice reveal more details about how the votes are counted and whether any external factors, such as sponsor influence or strategic manipulation, played a role in the final result. There are also growing calls for the show to reconsider its reliance on fan voting, with some suggesting that a more objective and fairer system should be put in place to ensure that the most deserving contestant wins. Despite the widespread criticism, the producers of The Voice have remained steadfast in their defense of the finale's outcome. they maintain that the result was determined by the votes of millions of viewers and that there was no foul play involved. Nevertheless, the backlash has raised important questions about the future of the show and its ability to maintain the trust and loyalty of its audience. As the dust settles on the controversial finale, it remains to be seen whether The Voice will take steps to address the concerns raised by fans or whether the show will continue down the same path. What is certain is that the legacy of Blake Shelton's 12-year run as a coach will forever be tied to this tumultuous and divisive season, which will go down in history as one of the most controversial in the show's long and storied history. Ultimately, the controversy surrounding Gina Miles' victory has raised important questions about the nature of reality competition shows and the ways in which they engage with their audiences. Whether The Voice can learn from this backlash and regain the trust of its viewers remains to be seen. For now, however, fans of the show are left to wrestle with the aftermath of a season that many believe was anything but fair. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.